Okay, let's go. It's time to cover some things. It's Tuesday, November 6, 2007. A lot's been going on. My predictions are coming true. Uh, Oil at 100. That's not too far-fetched now with oil at 96 last time I looked. Gold at 1,000. Amazing how fast we went through the 700s. And I'm looking at Kitco right now, 822. Hit 825 today. So, a lot's going on. Anyway, I just completed my divorce, and that's taken care of. One of my best friends has a heart attack in the hospital. And anyway, I need to make an update. I've been really busy, but new mono options are up 500 or 600% in the last 2 weeks. I don't have time to explain everything, but I'm going to try to explain the essential things here. Sorry I missed Fasting Girl in Denver. It would have been fun to eat some raw food, but things are going fast and furious. Many of you know, or you might know, that Gisele Bündchen, I guess is her name, one of the top models in the world. Got to show you this real quick here. Anyway, supermodel Bündchen joins hedge funds dumping dollars. That's amazing, but Gisele Bündchen wants to remain the world's richest model and is insisting that she be paid in almost any currency but the US dollar. Like billionaire investors Warren Buffett and Bill Gross, the Brazilian supermodel is at the top of a growing list of rich people who have concluded that the currency can only depreciate because Americans, led by President George W. Bush, are living beyond their means. That's the reasoning is not entirely true, but interesting that they have that. And this part here, even after the dollar lost 34% since 2001, the biggest investors and most accurate forecasters said it will weaken further. And of course, if you're watching Man of Truth videos, you already knew that. As home sales fall and the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates. They did cut rates, but that's going to end and the Fed will start raising rates, and then we'll throw us into a depression, and then we'll have hyperinflation after that. The dollar plummeted to its lowest last week against the euro, Canadian dollar, Chinese yuan, and its cheapest in 26 years against the British pound. We've all told our clients that if you only had one idea, one investment, it would be to buy an investment in a non-dollar currency, said Gross, Chief Investment Officer of PIMCO. Anyway, Bill Gross is a big deal. I saw him say on CNBC yesterday that there's at least $250 billion of bad debt. Some people are saying upwards of $1 trillion. So these things are going to continue to filter through the economy. That's why when I warned a few months ago and said, Kramer, it's over, it is over. So basically I'm telling you stuff about 6 months before CNBC tells it to you. They seem to have to look at the quarterly reports and aren't very forward-looking. But I'll be blunt here. I credit it, and I don't care about the criticism. I credit it to God. You know, integrating my financial knowledge with spiritual knowledge, which is what makes this very, very clear. All prophecy is very scientific. If you really study the past, and you know the past, and I'm talking about 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 10,000 years ago, then the future becomes very clear. And so prophecy is actually scientific. Most people that call themselves Christians have nothing whatsoever to do with Christ, and their prophecies are completely fallacious. And that's why Christianity seems to have a bad name. But pretty much people want deception. Like I said in another video, they don't want to know the truth. But I'm glad that you that are here watching want to know the truth. So that's pretty cool that one of the most beautiful women in the world is dumping dollars. You might watch my video when I talk about the dollar and Ron Paul. Another beautiful thing that I got from a friend, I got to show you this. Got a lot of things going here on the screen. Okay, Ron Paul sets one-day GOP fundraising record, $4.2 million. Why? Because that man is telling the truth. He's the only politician that's telling the truth. He's there with the founding fathers. God loves him. God's prepared. He's a fantastic hero. There's a Braveheart right there. He's great, just like Mel Gibson's great. You should watch Braveheart, and Mel Gibson's movies are just phenomenal. Okay, Newmont, 53.87. Of course, if you're in options, you're up 500 or 600%. I'm still selling my DVD. You can get it by PayPaling $22 plus $4 shipping here in the U.S. to manoftruth@mac.com. Frankly, somebody just bought it, tripled my available cash. After divorce from a venture capital family, I'm pretty well 100% taking the cleaners, but I'm starting over. At least I have food and a place to sleep, and I've got my brain, so I'm happy about that. I was recommending Apple at $13 a share. It's at $187. Bear Stearns at $100. Recommended shorting Lennar at 45. It's at 21.46. Bear Stearns at at 100. Walmart, I think, will be a short as we head into this depression. It's at 44.24. But Newmont, all of you in gold stocks are gold. I'm glad you made money. I didn't have any money to make money, but at least I know some of you out there did. Another thing, Citigroup. These guys that don't know how to manage money, they're getting paid $180 million things as they get fired from Citigroup and Merrill. It's pretty hilarious, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. So I went over spot gold with Kitco, and what else did I want to cover here? Oh yeah, I had one other story I wanted to bring up. Here it is, from the Financial Times. And once again, I appreciate the people from overseas giving us their input on what's going on. Data add gloom on U.S. economy. This is from a few days ago, October 30th. A buildup of bearish data fueled fears of a U.S. economic slowdown on Tuesday, as consumer confidence slumped to a 2-year low and house prices in big cities suffered their biggest drop in 16 years. I'm grateful for you folks that are watching YouTube and watching me, so it's not a surprise to you. We have inflation and deflation simultaneously. Once again, I made a little text comment. Inflation is not caused by rising oil prices. It is caused by expansion of the money supply and false money. If you price the Dow gold, it's way under 10,000. And Don Pedro, or some of you out there, maybe we could just start pricing the Dow Jones in gold, since the dollar is becoming more and more irrelevant in pricing the Dow or anything else. Giselle, thanks for dumping the dollar and confirming what I've been telling people for a few months. Okay, so Ron Paul's telling the truth. I would listen to Bill Gross. He seems to have a big picture on what's going on with the debt bubble. But once again, the people that will have the most accurate assessment of what's going to happen is those that actually believe in the real Jesus Christ, who accept truth. And it's not about perception. Perception isn't reality. Reality is reality. You might perceive that you could go down and buy an ounce of gold for $600 or $666 like you could this summer. That's over. You can't. Reality is you're going to have to pay over $800 an ounce for gold. Here's another reality, and I'll tell it to you in the future. I'll tell you to right now. Keep saying gold's hitting 28-year highs. Well, you'll see in the next few weeks, gold will be hitting all-time highs. And that'll happen once it gets, passes 900, because gold's never been 900 an ounce in United States history yet. And then we'll see it at 1,000 an ounce, and it'll be jumping up and down. And people will lose their houses, so we're going to see deflationary pressures in the economy for probably another few months. And then by the end of 2008, the inflation will kick in. 2009 will have hyperinflation kick in. So it's not all about making money. It's about taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones, and being prepared for what's coming. It's about truth. Ron Paul's a fantastic guy. It was V-Day, Guy Fawkes Day yesterday. I'm thrilled that Ron Paul raised $4.3 million. You can't stop him. Truth will prevail. Truth will prevail. Right on. Thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long for an update. I'm pretty busy with everything. Buy the DVD, and frankly, then I can buy a new battery for my camera, and it'll work better. I got a great camera, but the battery doesn't last very long. So, buy the DVD. It's worth, well, it could have made you thousands of dollars if you would have watched it, for those of you that already bought it. But just PayPal, set up a PayPal account, or PayPal, $22 plus $4 shipping to manoftruth at mac.com. Gracias amigos, nos vemos. Excelente, adelante, chao.